Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Small Brain Pilot channel. Today, I'm going to be recreating one of my iconic flights, and just an iconic flight in general, I'd say. We're going to be flying this Pakistan International Boeing 777-200ER from here at Jinnah International in Karachi, as you can see with the beautiful scenery in the background, all the way to Mumbai International. So without further ado, let's get started. Here we are for the walk around. As you can see, the Boeing, it looks absolutely phenomenal, but first things first, we want to make sure that the pitot tubes are clean, gear looks good, tire tread, everything is set as it should be, and just take a moment to just appreciate this livery. I mean, being Pakistani myself, it means a lot to me to be doing flights with the PIA livery. So yeah, and especially flying to India, the former British Raj, it's definitely an experience. Here I'm just checking for the wingtips. As you can see, fun fact about the 777-200ER, it has different wings compared to the 300ER. The 200LR and ER share the same wingtips because it allows for added range, but the 200ER has these ones. Anyways, you can see the livery does say 200LR, but let's forget about that. You can see the massive vertical stabilizer on this Boeing here. And yeah, they need the vertical stabilizer because it's necessary. There was an incident in New York right after 9/11 where an aircraft crashed because the vertical stabilizer ripped off due to the pilot putting in too much rudder input. We definitely don't want to end up like that, so let's keep our vertical stabilizer. Here we're just making sure the wingtips are good, engine cowling is clean. What's up, my guy? And yeah, look at the PIE. I love the lettering. I love the font on the livery, for the Urdu, it's really nice. But yeah, that's the walk around concluded. Just looking around the aircraft, appreciating it. With that being said, चलें ख़वातीन और हज़रात, हम अपनी प्रवास की तरफ कदम करते हैं. Uninitiated, what I spoke at the end there was Urdu, my native mother tongue. But with that being said, here we are in the cockpit. I already had the ground power connected, so without further ado, I'm gonna get started, get the aircraft ready for APU start and pushback, and I will see you once we are ready for that. And with that, we have concluded the startup of the aircraft. Everything is configured as should be. FMC has the departure set. Today's departure runway is runway 25 left out of Karachi, out of a sunny Karachi. So with that being said, I'm going to turn on the APU, as usual. Click it to start, click it back into on. And you can hear it powering up from this shot. And yeah, APU gen is now available, so we can just turn it on. And with that being said, APU is ready, so we're ready for pushback. So I'm gonna get the jet disconnected and get ourselves pushed back. Alright, we've managed to push back successfully here at Karachi out of our gate. With that being said, we are ready for engine start. So before we do, we have to turn on the beacon light. And we can look up over here. Make sure the anti-ice is set to auto. I don't want my engines freezing at 32,000 feet, which is our cruising altitude for today. And flick the starter and throw in the fuel. Alright folks, with the right engine being turned off, we can see here that the bleed air is available, so that means it's ready for use. So we can turn on the bleed air for the right, and we can do the same process for the left engine. So just throw in the fuel, and engine should be coming online now. And while we wait for the engine to spool up, as you can hear that in the background, I'm also going to go ahead and set flaps for takeoff. With that being said, we can turn on the taxi lights and the runway turn-off lights, and we are ready for taxi. So I'm going to go ahead and taxi over to the to line up and wait on runway 25 left, and I will see you guys once we are prepared for takeoff.
ख़वातीन और हज़रात तवज्जो फरमाइए, दौरान परवाज़ अपनी हिफाजती बंद बांधे रखें क्योंकि परवाज़ अचानक नाहमवार हो सकती है। हिफाजती बंद बांधने के लिए मेटल का चपटा हिस्सा बकल के अंदर डालकर पेटी कस लें। खोलने के लिए ऊपर का हिस्सा उठा लें। मोबाइल फोन का इस्तेमाल ममनू है। लैपटॉप कंप्यूटर्स, MP3 और CD प्लेयर्स टेक ऑफ के 15 मिनट बाद इस्तेमाल किए जा सकते हैं, लेकिन लैंडिंग से पहले हिफाजती बंद के निशान रोशन होने पर इन्हें बंद करना होगा। जरूरत पड़ने पर आपके लिए ऑक्सीजन मास्क खुद ब खुद आपके सामने गिर पड़ेगा। मास्क को झटके से खींचिए, नाक और मुंह पर रखकर इलास्टिक की पट्टी को सर के गिर्द पहनकर मास्क के जरिए सांस।
And here we are ready for takeoff. We have takeoff clearance. So with that being said, we can get onto our way and on to Mumbai we go. So before we do that, could come down here, disengage the parking brake, look back up. I want to be able to see where I'm going, and I'm going to gradually increase the throttle. Okay, as you can hear, those massive engines pull up, and from the corner of the window you can see there's an Emirates at the gate. Anyways, back to our thing. And engines were stable, so we're going to set takeoff power now, and we're going to begin our roll. I love the sound of this engine spooling up, and it's a very nice afternoon today as well. Clean skies, well, not clean skies, cloudy skies, but beautifully cloudy skies. Good weather for flying. Local time is about 3 PM, and by the time we get to Mumbai it will be around 4:30 if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, we won, and we're just going to keep the center line, and I'm going to gradually pull back on the stick, and we don't want to have a tail strike, so I don't want to just yank it back. So I'm going to allow lift to generate under the wing, and then slowly I'm just going to pull back and positive rate of climb. With that being said, gear up. And on to Mumbai we go now. Sorry for the late welcome, but as you just heard the GPWS call out, we're 100 feet away from the runway. 50, 40, 30, and touchdown. I would say that's fairly soft. We take it. Not center line. You know, my center line has been bad recently. I think it's just I've been rusty with flight sim. I took a long hiatus, I think, and I've done these 3 flights that you see on my YouTube channel, which you should go watch the other 2 in the past week. So, you know, I'm still warming up. My first flight back on the 777, we'll take it, you know. MSF has been really annoying with crashing recently, so I had difficulty getting the recordings going, but anyways, we overcame that. And with that being said, we're gonna take this high-speed exit to the right here. And yeah, good flight there. Honestly, beautiful scenery along the way, nothing eventful, smooth sailing, and we've landed here at Mumbai in India. This is again a fictional flight. I would love for this to exist in the real world, especially with the upcoming Cricket World Cup. That's gonna be exciting to go see in India, but so is the world. So with that being said, we can set the parking brake, and I'm gonna set the flaps and spoilers back. I'm gonna taxi over to the gate, to the terminal, and I will see you guys once we're ready for engine shutdown, and we can then deboard the aircraft. And we've made it here to the terminal at Mumbai. With that being said, we can turn off our taxi lights and the runway turn off lights. Strobes and landings came on earlier. Beacon lights can go off because we're shutting down our engines. With that being said, cut off the fuel supply to the engines, and the engines should spool down as they should. And that concludes our flight for the day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us here on the Small Brain Pilot channel. I hope you had a good time. If you enjoyed today's flight, if you have any further flight suggestions for any flights you want to see, do subscribe and stay tuned, as I will be uploading more regularly now. If you have any suggestions, any improvements, kindly leave them in the comments below. And I appreciate all the love and support you guys have given so far. I look forward to growing and continuing more and more flights here in the Flight Sim. So with that being said, Small Brain Pilot signing off. Have a good day, everybody.